over here on Instagram. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining. It is another Tuesday morning. And do you have your cup of coffee? I have mine. Let me take a sip. Happy Tuesday morning. Um, Glad to be here with you this morning. This is our special segment in addition um, Tuesday. But before we jump into all of that, I want to just say good morning and happy Tuesday. Happy November. Happy, make sure, we in the second week in November. So what is your achievements? How are you looking at challenges that you may have had last month or even yesterday? And how are you shifting them and preparing them to be have a different and better outcome for yourself overall? And so today is Cup of Coffee Chat Tuesday with Mary May, leadership strategist, and we meet each and every Tuesday at 7:30 to 8 to join you in your morning commute, give you some leadership and executive strategies, and help you be able to move and pull that curtain from your current reality into your second reality. But on second Tuesdays, it's a special Tuesday because it becomes Executive Leadership Blueprint Tuesday. And Executive Leadership Blueprint Tuesday is where I have my lovely friend you see on the screen. If you are on most of the main platforms, IG, you are unable to see that. But I have my favorite friend on the screen where we talk not only about just leadership strategies and leadership success, but we dig and dive into that executive leadership conversation. And if you are a business owner, leader, however it is that you sit in that executive COO CEO space. We usually try to come every second Tuesday. And on those second Tuesday, we go a little bit longer because sometimes your engagement leads us into making sure that we give you the best experience possible. And so we have our guest, resident executive blueprint, um, partner in rhyme. I'm not going to say crime, partner in rhyme. Miss Riahna Edwards, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Can't hear you.
No.
No. Got you. Technology, my friends, technology. So while she is gathering or correcting and dealing with all of that, um, Miss Riahna Edwards is an online business manager and fractional COO, and she can be found on all platforms at Official Ria. So we will get back to her when she is able to join us and we can actually hear her. Um, but want to share this week, as in every week, whenever we are engaged in the conversation, yes, there may be nuggets that are being dropped, there may be resources that are present. Um, However, I want you to always be mindful that the floor, the chat is open to you. So if you find something that is of resource to yourself or you want to share it with other people, you catch us on the replay. Definitely, if you make a comment of catching us on the replay, we will definitely come back and share some love and share some resources to what your thought, your question, or just, stopping by actually is. So, Rihanna, how are we doing on our sound now?
Testing.
No.
This is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
See, this is why I don't do those Apple products.
Mm, mm.
You gotta give too many permissions and stuff like that.
Uh, yikes.
No,
Testing. Testing.
no.
I'll be back.
And so,
I don't know how to get out of
okay.
here.
And so, as we thinking about this conversation for today, our focus nugget of the conversation is how to elevate your executive position as a business owner and as a business leader, or as a leader in your space and in your role every single day. And if you've been following the conversations, I tend to utilize like the level up with Mary May, but I also use the 2 millimeter shifts because when you think about making change, usually it scares you totally, where you are not sure, okay, what is it that I need to do? How is it that I'm going to make it? But if I reframe it for you and I'm sharing that it's only a 2 millimeter shift, and you have to be consistent and committed to whatever it is that you need to shift and lean into, then you have more success in the ability to, do whatever that new thing is most successfully once you become aware. And we're going to talk about some of this business awareness stuff in our conversation today. And breaking the glass ceiling, basically, we have been poured into, have been told that we can only do so much in our roles, and our roles have a glass ceiling. Now, a part of that may be true, but a large part of that is definitely something that can be realigned or readjusted based on how it is that you lean into your growth and lean into your understanding as a leader, with the intention of how it is that you want to level up. So the glass ceiling really could be, how do you think, how do you see yourself, how do you position yourself in a space where you are trying to go to the next level and be in the next level successfully in a way that you can not necessarily have the limitations of what is a perceived glass ceiling, but realize that you have reached a ceiling, and that means that you need to make a 2 millimeter shift to do something different. And then another a hashtag that you'll hear me also guide and go into is that daily divorce of self. So that's that inner thought. What have you told yourself over and over and over again, that no matter good, bad, or indifferent, you're now serving, and you're serving at the probably the lowest level of yourself, and not really paying attention to how you can undo what it is that you need to undo. So I guess we'll do a sound check at this point.
Good morning.
Oh no.
That is crazy. This is crazy. Having issues. I need
Excuse us as we are dealing with the technical difficulties. So definitely need to we will be joined by Queen Riahna shortly. Um, and be able to hear all the beautiful information that she is able to say. But basically, in today's conversation, we're going to be talking about how to elevate your executive position as a business owner, or at you as a leader in your lane of genius and in your lane of intentions, on how you level up in your career. And so when you do that, it's certain things that you got to be paying attention to. But the thing is that lately in the world, we have some examples that we're going to lean into. And as a leader, would you have been able to make that pivot? Would you have been able to navigate what is going on, or how it is that you would sustain yourself in that space overall? And how is it, would you be able to be aware of your role and the shifting climate, along with planning and positioning yourself as a leader to be successful, no matter which way the mission changes, no matter which way your role changes? If the role changes and it doesn't appear to be a level up experience for you, how do you stand in and respond or react to that in a certain way? And how is it that you manage your abilities in that way as well? So sound check again.
Good morning.
No.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know. I don't know.
And so, as one of the quotes that I used last week, I felt like it was appropriate for this week as well. That, when you first sit at the table, when you first recognize how it is that you want to be, I think this quote by Bell Hooks is just so applicable across so many different things. And what we can't imagine cannot come into being. So, what we can't imagine cannot come into being is like a loaded quote because again, in those daily divorce of selves and that belief that there's a glass ceiling, those self inflicted limitations, if you can't imagine yourself at this highest level and see yourself activating who it is that you are on a day-to-day basis, then you will have challenges being able to kind
Why
of
is there always a
navigate what it
problem
is going to
on
look
Twitter?
like on moving from point A to point B, or your current reality to your preferred way of being. So if you can't imagine it, you can't dream it. If you can't imagine it, you have challenges being able to say, okay, this is actually what it is that I want to do. If you have any doubt about your capability, your capacity, or anything like that, like it can't come into being because you haven't really committed and focused and did that laser support, whatever, if it's side by side or a study or professional development, you have not made the intentions to show up unapologetically. And so what we cannot imagine cannot come into being by Bell Hooks. May she rest in peace. But that definitely is a good thing. So um I'm wondering what should be done next in regards to this collaborative conversation that's planned for Riahna and myself, as well as with you, because I am now ready to go into the bullets, but I definitely need Rihanna's input on this conversation to be successful. So, Rihanna, is your sound working?
Can you hear me?
Nope.
I can hear you, but nothing I'm doing is working. I don't know.
Um, well, I'm thinking that um, we may need to
Can you hear
come
me?
back to you on today so that we could definitely have this beneficial and necessary conversation, because we want to talk about business awareness and the shifting climate and preparing you with the toolkit and ingredients on being an effective leader with planning and positioning yourselves. We want to talk about like mergers and acquisitions, like how do you sustain and live in that space. But then also, what is it that you need to do in your daily purge? And then your value of time mindset. This week, a lot of people are talking about time with the fact that time has changed and time has been impacting us in a lot of different ways. And it's a lot of thoughts that I have on the whole time mindset, but wanted to kind of explore that. So last ditch effort before needing to reschedule. Rihanna, sound check.
Good morning.
No.
Mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, let's reschedule. I took my earphones out.
All right. So I want to thank those who have joined us, who are joining us, and we can't tell because of the way that the internet is, the way that Facebook actually plays us. So um, what we will do is we will bring this conversation back to you either later today or another day that works for both Riahna and my schedule, and make sure that you get these leadership nuggets on how to elevate your executive position as a business owner and as a leader, because that's very important to us. And so we will look forward to seeing you on the flip side. And again, have a successful day. But before you make any decision, make sure you have your cup of coffee and you take care and stay safe.